When you think of a language textbook, what comes to mind? Probably a bunch of vocabulary lists, maybe some grammar drills, right? Well, a brand new English textbook from Egypt's Ministry of Education is doing something way more ambitious. So let's take a look inside.
And that, right there, is the huge question we're diving into. Because this book, it isn't just about teaching verbs and nouns. It's actively trying to build a nation. It's a tool with a mission that goes way, way beyond the classroom walls.
And you don't have to look far to see what I mean. It's right there on the very first page. Just look at this dedication. This isn't some formal note. The ministry dedicates the book with love to the students and families of the entire nation. That really sets the tone for everything else.
So here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at the book's grand ambition, then get into the ministry's dual vision. After that, we'll see the blueprint they've created for a modern student. Check out how heritage is actually taught. And finally, wrap it all up with the big idea of education as identity. All right, let's jump into that grand ambition. The core goal here seems to be creating an educational experience that is profoundly, unapologetically Egyptian, even while teaching a global language like English. And this ambition, it's spelled out really clearly in the ministry's official message. They lay out a philosophy that's built on this fascinating push and pull between the local and the global. And here it is, straight from the horse's mouth. This is the core mission statement. The whole point is to create students who can thrive in a global society, but, and this is the key part, at the same time remain rooted in their rich Egyptian identity. Talk about a delicate balancing act. And this is how that balance is supposed to play out. On one side, you've got English as a practical tool for the modern world, for communication, for school, for jobs. But on the other side, the curriculum is specifically designed to reinforce national identity by teaching heritage, history, and a sense of civic duty. Okay, so that's the big idea. But how do you actually build this kind of student? Well, the textbook gives us a pretty clear blueprint, and it's structured around two pillars that go far beyond just language: life skills and core values. First up, life skills. And these aren't just buzzwords. We're talking about the practical stuff students really need today. Things like media literacy, which is so crucial now, plus critical thinking and even empathy. These are all being explicitly taught as skills you can learn and develop. And paired right alongside those skills, you've got core values. These are the principles meant to shape a student's character. And just look at the emphasis here: national pride, integrity, compassion. These aren't things they just hope kids will pick up. They are stated goals of the curriculum. And this chart, it shows you exactly how they weave this all together. It's really smart. This is a simplified look at their plan. Check out Unit 1, Egypt's Heritage. The topic itself directly teaches the core value of national pride. Or look at Unit 3, Truth versus Lies, which develops the life skill of media literacy while instilling the value of integrity. Every single lesson is engineered like this. Okay, theory is one thing. To make this really concrete, let's zoom in on Unit 1 and see exactly how this whole philosophy actually works inside a real lesson. So the unit is called Egypt's Heritage. Right away, the theme centers the student's own identity. From the very first page, English is framed not as some foreign language, but as a new way to talk about their own home. The way the lesson is designed is just so intentional. First, it sparks curiosity with questions like, what makes the people of a country feel proud? Then, it immerses the student in a reading about Egypt's amazing civilization. It's only after all that context that it introduces the grammar. And finally, it asks students to activate what they've learned in a speaking task about ancient and modern Egypt. And the content itself is powerful stuff. This quote from the reading is a perfect example. It's written in simple English, sure, but the message is just one of immense pride and historical importance. It's almost like it's framing English as a tool to share this greatness with the rest of the world. And this is where it gets really, really clever. The grammar lesson focuses on the past simple tense. Now, why that tense? Because it's the perfect tense to talk about what happened in the past. So students learn to say, our ancestors built, or they gave the world knowledge. The grammar isn't just taught in a vacuum. It becomes the very tool you use to celebrate your own history. It's a perfect loop.
So when you zoom out and look at this whole thing, what do you really see? You see a system where learning a language is completely inseparable from building an identity.
So let's just quickly recap what this textbook is really doing.
It teaches English through Egyptian culture, not just alongside it. It embeds critical 21st century life skills, it very explicitly instills core national values, and the whole time it's doing that delicate dance, balancing global skills with national identity.
All of this really leads to one big conclusion. This book is so much more than a collection of lessons. It's a carefully designed instrument, almost like a tool of national policy, that's meant to shape a very specific type of citizen, someone who is skilled, modern, and can compete anywhere in the world, but who is also deeply, proudly, and consciously Egyptian.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. We've been looking at one country's strategy, but it brings up a universal question, doesn't it? It makes you wonder, beyond the tests and the homework, what values, what identities are being shaped in the classrooms where you live? How is education shaping the future of your world?